Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Ladies, listen. I got something to tell y'all that, you really need to understand. And what you have to understand is that you have to be more sexy. You have to learn how to be more sexy. You're probably like, "What? Come on, man. What are you talking about?" Right? What I'm saying is this, is that you have to have a sexy energy to you, which is going to make men gravitate to you. See, I'm not just talking about the way you look. You understand? Like, a guy can think that you're physically attractive. He's like, she's a good looking woman. She's cute. You understand? He might like the way you look, but just because you're good looking doesn't mean that you exude sexiness. Doesn't mean he sees you as a sexy chick. Because a lot of the sexiness is in your attitude. Right? And what happens is, unfortunately, there's a lot of women who don't have a really sexy attitude. They don't have a sexy demeanor. They're, it's not there. Like, for example, I was my friend, he said he went on a date with this girl the other day, and they were talking, and he said they got into the conversation of, like, I guess, sex or whatever, and he said to her something like, are you the type of woman who likes to be spanked, right? And she's like, I don't know, maybe if I'm in a committed relationship, and I'm like, really? See, that's not sexy. Okay? It's not sexy. See, an example of sexiness would be, let's say he says, "Hey, are you the type of woman who likes to be spanked?" And she'd be like, a sexy chick would say, "Well, if I had a strong man like you, to give it to me, I'm sure I would like it." You see, that's sexy. Right? And the thing is this, a lot of women, they don't do this sexy thing because they think that men are going to look at them like sluts and whores, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want the guy to get the wrong idea," and all this other stuff. And see, when you're not being sexy, you just come off as basic. You come off like every other woman trying to pretend to be this good girl, to keep that man around that you're interested in. Right? But you got to let that sexiness come out. You have to have that sexy vibe throughout all your interactions when you're dealing with men. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not saying you got to talk about sex all day, but I'm just saying that there has to be this a more open, more feminine, more more that vibe going on with you. And and even earlier I was talking about, it's not necessarily just about how you look or whatever, but sometimes it's it's even how you put yourself together, because even in in long-term relationships, or let's say you have a boyfriend or whatever, there's times where, and I'm sure some of you ladies have done this, where you're just like, "Well, I don't feel like shaving my legs today," and your boyfriend's just looking at you like, he'll let it slide, but in his mind he's thinking, it's not sexy. You understand? So you ladies got to understand that you need to keep it sexy. If you keep it sexy, then men are going to be more responsive to you. All right, that's just all I wanted to say for today. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below. Also, make sure you go to hewantsyou.com to get my free audio program, 7 highly effective steps for finding and keeping a man, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.